throw it out there with Netflix money. They were just living in his house. So they'd call up and order shit. Dude would show up with the stuff from Pink Dot, and they'd open the door. They'd be like, "Thanks, man." And slam the fucking door. And the dude would be like, "What the fuck?" Without no money. And he'd be like banging on the door, and they just wouldn't answer shit. Kept doing that for a while and shit. And eventually they just fucking, I guess they burned that bridge. Because when I moved into Netflix house, on the night of the Golden Globe Awards, 2002, nobody else was there, just me and the wife, so I desperately wanted to fuck her. And there was one TV left. He left the TV, so we were able to watch the Golden Globes. And there was a phone and shit. And I was like, "Oh my God, it's our first night in Los Angeles in our permanent residence. Let's order from one of those convenience stores that bring food right to you and shit." And she's like, "What's the little thing to do, isn't it?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." So we called up Pink Dot, we put in this big order and shit like that. And they're like, "What's your address?" And we gave them the address, and they're like, "Oh, fuck you, Affleck." So we couldn't order from those guys. We ordered from Yummy instead and shit like that. And we go to the website, and there's pages, like the catalog online, order and everything and whatnot. We're sitting there going, "It takes 6 Ben & Jerry's." Like, "What flavor?" I'm like, "You pick." Surprise me, you know. And so I'm like, "All right, that's it." And give them the total. And I'm like, "Wow, that sounds kind of big." They're like, "I ordered a bunch." I'm like, "All right, thanks." And I hang up and shit. And I look at Jen, and Jen's laughing at me. And I was like, "Why are you laughing?" She's like, "Look at the phone, look at the phone." And I look at the phone, a little screen that tells me how long we've been on the phone. 22 minutes. 22 minutes just ordering food. Going like, "I'll take 3 of those. Waffles with blueberries and without." You never know. Just going on and shit like that. So I was just like, "Well, this ain't gonna be here for a little while. Maybe I should take a shit." And she's like, "What's that gonna do?" I was like, "Well, maybe if I'm overdosed, they're gonna get the shit out of me. If the poop's green, then I'll know I was right." So go ahead. So I went into the bathroom, and I'd never done this before. I'd never shit while stoned. I certainly never remember the sensation of shitting while stoned. I'll never forget it at this point. Because I was sitting there and it felt like, I can't see, right? I mean, nobody can really see their asshole while sitting on the toilet unless they got one of those mirror affairs going. But I can't even see down through my legs into the toilet and whatnot because there's so much leg fat. I got my mother's childbearing hips. So it just kind of creates this chub wall that I can't see down. So I have to, when I'm taking shit, I have to build a picture in my mind's eye. You know, what's going on, and I'll create a word picture for you all. And what it was this. I literally felt like my asshole was like the beginning of 2001. It was just like, just slow, painstaking shit, and turtle head, you know. We're on our way. But I remember feeling like this feels so weird, the sensation. I'm not used to this. It doesn't feel like anything. It's like, it felt like it was coming. Like normally you take a quick break off a piece here, trying to hear whatever. This just felt like it just kept coming. Like it just kept pouring out of me and shit. And I'm sitting there going, I feel like a soft squeeze. It's literally like it's not gonna stop. I'm telling you, we're going the fuck out of this hole. And I felt like since I couldn't see, I was like, there's so much of it, it's gonna push me off the balls. I was like, I can't believe it. I reached back and flushed, and I couldn't find the fucking flushing thing. And I remember going like, my God, it feels weird. It feels like there's rope coming out of my head. And not like rope like a clothesline that you hang clothes on, like the rope you tie up the love boat with. Like the rope that's this big, like it's meant to moor yards, you know? So it felt like that was pouring out, like this cable-like rope was coming out of my ass. And I kept being like, it's ropey. I feel ropey. The poop is ropey. It's ropey. I was so flummoxed by it and shit. And finally, going to the clip happened, and I was like, oh my God, I'm somehow done. And I mummied up my hand with toilet paper and fucking went for a whack on it. And then got up, and I'm a booker. So I have to. Got up and I looked and I was fucking spellbound because after all that work and all that time, little rabbit turd. fucking small. And I wouldn't accept it for an answer. Because I was just like, bullshit, man. Like, there's some fantastic voyage shit going on in here. The crew just took my turn for a cruise because I lit a brick in this fucking toilet. All I'm seeing is a rabbit trail. This is unbelievable. So I go out of the bathroom to tell Jen, and Jen is sitting on the bed, staring at me with huge wide eyes, surrounded by 45 bags of groceries. And I was just like, what the fuck's going on? When did this get here? She goes, half an hour ago. And I said, get the fuck out of here. And she says, it did. It's been here. She feel the ice cream cabinet's melting. The ice cream's already melting. I said, well, why the fuck would you come get me in the bathroom? She was just like, I tried. I believe me, I tried. I was like, how long was I in there? And she was like, 2 hours. I was like, you're out of your fucking mind. She's like, I swear to you. I was like, if I was in there 2 hours, you're a terrible fucking wife. Because what if I went in there and fucking passed out, all stoned and hopped up on roof balls, and I hit my fucking head and go to the toilet and drowned and shit? I was like, you didn't even fucking think to check on me. And she was like, I did check on you. He was banging on the door, calling your name. But he wouldn't answer me. But he kept saying one thing. He kept saying, it's Roby, it's Roby. She's like, why don't you I said, weed. It's the first thing we would take a shit. I want to clean out. I ain't going through that hell again. I was like, Brody and Jaws too. I was like, I ain't going through that hell again. So we did that, and then nobody, like the other time, the joints were rolled out, roll these fucking joints, and I'm not. At that point, I'm completely inexperienced and shit. So it's the fattest, crappiest looking joint you've ever seen in your life. Looks like it's got terminal cancer. Light that shit up, man. We start smoking and we smoke it down, and the boy got stoned right away, and then we started fooling around. I've never, this is why I'm advocating weed smoking too. I have never in my life had such amazing orgasm. It was incredible. And I remember, it's kind of like, I don't really have an analogy for it because what is like sex, but it's kind of like if you took, adding weed to sex is like taking peanut butter and somehow making it better. You know what I'm saying? The peanut butter is like the ultimate food stuff, and it's fantastic, keep it alive, and it tastes pretty good like that, and it's perfect food stuff, and blended taste is exceptional food product. As you can see. This fucking weed while having sex, it's like taking peanut butter and somehow putting pussy in it too. People are like, that sounds gross. And you're like, put it on some fucking Wonder. And you slap it on your head, and you're like, that's insane. Like, who knew they could improve peanut butter? It was like that. Sex was just astounding and shit. And when it came time to come, dude, forget it, because it just goes on forever and shit. It was almost like taking a dump. And then as I was coming, I was just like, oh, it's ropey. It's ropey. So it's so weird. Don't start with weed and then go to something else. Just go to weed and stay with weed.
Well, you basically answered my question then, because I was going to ask in November when they vote to legalize marijuana, what you think about that?
I'm not going to take credit for it because a lot of good people have been working very, very hard to get weed legalized in this state for a long, long time. But I will tell you this. All that Southwest shit that was going on, about 4 days into it, I get a message from my publicist and he goes, hey man, the governor wants to talk to you. And I was like,